Science again, because without science we wouldn't be here, and without science life would be a lot more boring. Anyways, so today is all about science, a little bit of translation, but all about science. And so what I decided to do is what I usually do with people is that I will provide a whiteboard, or a sort of whiteboard, which is really just a shared Google document, but nevertheless it's fun and you can comment on it. So let me describe it just in case you haven't used Google Documents before and you haven't been shared something like that before. Let's move on and do it. So here is the document, and what I do with this is I'll just keep expanding this, and today our job is to translate this one, which is a fairly long sentence. But before that, let's simulate that you actually want to look at this document. So in the description, there is the shared thingy link. And if you have the link, you can comment on this. Now, of course, it might not be that trivial, but let's find out what happens when you just open the link. And there we go. This is what happens. Now, you can actually reply to a comment as anonymous. Now, obviously, this would give people a great opportunity to spam the hell out of this thing. And if that happens, I will just disable the comment. So if you're watching this video for some reason in the future, 10,000 years from now, and you're wondering why I'm talking about being able to comment on it, but you're not able to comment on it, then that's why. But there we go. Anyways, so I would definitely suggest to sign in or register with Google, because this whole thing is free. And if you have a Gmail address, then you're already entitled to have a sign-in thingy and stuff like that. So that's fine. But whatever the case is, it's fine. And that's mostly it. So comments can be resolved. Some comments can just be left here as a question of why and things like that. And some are persistent. We'll see. Maybe I can comment on it as well just to see what's going on. Nevertheless, that's what's going to happen. The general idea is that while we can't really have some sort of training session lesson together, we can do the next best thing. But this is one of the things that I usually do with students, just to open up a thing where we can all, well, both of us can write there and do some exercises. I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, or if it does, regardless, you can leave a comment in the comment section of the YouTube video. But if you have any specific questions with that, a word, something like that, then you can leave a comment and I might talk about it in a video, or I can just answer there. And with that aside, let's move on to translate that sentence. All right, let's do it. Let's get Google Translate fired up. And then that would be right. Just remember, whenever you find something with the N-I at the end, that's basically in English that would be ing. So this is believing. It's not the best one. In the dictionary, it's always in the third person form when it comes to verbs. But because I believe this is not enough, we need to conjugate it. So we need verbics, and I believe, and this. Now, the reason I haven't chosen anything here yet is because I'm trying to determine whether this next sentence is something in particular, the beginning, yeah it is, or something in general, because general stuff is indefinite, and definite is something in particular. So because I realized that this is definite, oh, it's again conjugation, which is not the best. Oh, there you go. So because of this, I have to translate this as hiszem. All right. Now this, that's a bit easier. Just as, and then beginning, kezdet. And of course, this is off. So that is going to cause some problems, because in English, and that's not really the best translation, but because of English, possessive works in a way that this is the owner of this thing. And in Hungarian, that's never the case. It's always that the owner itself is always in front of the, or comes before whatever it owns or possesses. So kezdet, the beginning, will be the possession of this thing. And that one is barátság. And then of course we are curious about what sort of friendship is this, and then of course szép, or yeah, that's fine. And now we are at a pickle, because how would we translate off? That's not too trivial. None of these help. Let's try stocky. Maybe that would give us some clues. Although they seem to experience technical problems at the moment. How lovely. Well, we are not going to write an email to them, but it is indeed inconvenient. However, doesn't matter. I can tell you actually now, just realized that I do speak Hungarian. I can tell you what's going on. And here it is That's the thing. That is what we need. Oh yeah, it's because that's just a dot. Whatever. So distraction over. Now I'm gonna put egy here because of the because is naturally egy. Ez egy szép barátság kezdete. So what you do is you take the owner of this, the possessor, or whatever you want to call it, and the possession gets this as a conjugation. Because life is fun. This is the only way to live. Right, and now there is one thing I usually almost always have to fix, is that Hungarian thrives on connecting words. So while in English, that's just the translation of this one, but here you would probably put a that in there. As you can see, Hungarian thrives on all sorts of craziness here. And in this case, Ost, like that one, what I believe is the beginning of the stuff. Well, I think I explained it fantastically. Now you know everything. In case you don't know anything, and in case none of this makes sense, that means I probably failed. But, you know, life is all about trying. So if you have any questions, just comment here or comment under the video. Now you have all the options in the world, and hopefully word will get around that there is this thing, and this thing is great. What thing you might think, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm happy about it. That's the spirit. So, thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye-bye.